Right. So, to use Pythagoras theorem, a triangle must be a right angle. So, Adetola, let's run through the question together, shall we? So, give the question and read for me.
PMQROS is the cross section of a play area in a park. PQRS is a rectangle and PMQ is a semicircle. O is the midpoint of RS and OP is Q equal to 5 meters and angle POQ 40 degrees.
All right. And they're telling us to use pi as 22/7. Let's see how this is going to go. In the first part, they want us to figure out the value of angle OPQ. Now, Adetola, anytime you see them use this notation, it means that the angle is really in the middle. So let me show you how we're going to do this. So you see in OPQ, OPQ, where does the angle look like it is at? Tell me, Adetola, where does the angle look like it is at? Is where?
The angle is on P, right?
Exactly, is at P. Great. Angle is over here. Right. Now, they said something very special. They told us that OP is equal to OQ. So, guys, what kind of triangle does it make this? What kind of,
Isosceles.
yeah, an isosceles triangle, right? An isosceles triangle is a triangle where two of the lengths are the same. So, this is an isosceles triangle. Adetola, you have anything nice about isosceles triangles other than the two sides equal?
Um,
Have anything else we know about them?
I'm not sure.
All right. Base angles are equal. I'll show you what I mean by that. So in an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and two angles are equal. Two sides equal, right? And two angles are equal. All right. So I'm going to draw an isosceles triangle here, and I'm going to show you all what I mean. So anytime you see this little line, it means that the two sides are equal, right? So we could say that this was 5 and this was 5. All right. And we could say that this is what? 9, right? So, Miss Williams, let me know if you understand everything so far. Do you know what an isosceles triangle is? Okay. Okay. My class is real interactive. So you're gonna see my calling on you a lot, right? So if you could fix our mic, let me know. But if not, send whatever you want to say in the chat, and I'll go give somebody the job to read the chat. Who to get a job too, boy? Ria. You wanna read the chat for me?
Sure, sir. No problem.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Right? Sky, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, everybody.
Are you doing well?
Yes, I'm okay. How are you?
I good for the well. Good for the well. Right? Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Right? So I just corrected the homework, right? Yeah. So Adetola, I was saying that an isosceles triangle has two equal sides and two equal angles. So let me show you what I mean. So Adetola, and you can see the sides equal over here.
Yeah.
Right. The angles at the base would also be equal. So you see these two angles here? They will be the same. And remind me, if I add up all the angles in a triangle, what am I supposed to get?
180 degrees.
Exactly 180 degrees. So, Adetola, in this triangle, we know that this side and this side, they are. Okay, I don't think you see any screen. That's weird.
Yeah, no understand.
All right. As soon as you see any screen, you let me know. Are you seeing it?
Okay, I say it again.
Okay, good. So if we look at this diagram, this side and this side, they are
Equal.
right, they are equal. So if those are the equal sides, what angles do you think would be the equal angles?
P and Q.
P and Q, right? These two angles would have to be the same. So Telma Adetola, if we know that all of the angles need to add up to 180 degrees, and I know that these two angles have to be the same, how would I find these angles?
So you just minus 40 from 180 degrees. And I'll give you for angles P and Q, but if I'm for one, you will divide by 2.
That was a perfect explanation, right? So to find for the answer one time, and I could say 180 minus 40 divided by 2.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll explain what Aditola said one more time, but she said it like really, she said it excellently. So we know that these two angles are the same. So if we subtract 40 from 180, which is all the angles, then that would be equal to P plus Q. Now I know that they're the same, so I could just divide by 2 to find for 1. So I'm just going to combine that into one step. So 180 minus 40, right? That would be P plus Q, but P plus Q is the same. So I could divide that by 2. And if I do that, I should get 70 degrees. Are you getting 70?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Ria,
Yes.
if you didn't figure out this,
No, and I don't know why.
I think it's just a see it and it was like, yo, I go, no, no, it was like, you are gonna watch Netflix now. Stranger Things 5 come out. I'm gonna go watch that. Well,
So
it come out yet.
that's right, stereotypical of you. I did not.
All right, sorry. But it wasn't that bad, right?
No.
Anytime you see this line here, right? Anytime you see two equal sides, it means it's an isosceles triangle. If it's an isosceles triangle, then the angles at the base are the same. And you should also know all the angles will be 180. So you just take away this from 180, then divide that by 2, and you get these answers, and you get those answers one time. That's it.
So I figured it was like an isosceles triangle, but you wouldn't believe what made me like confused. It was stupid. The question itself, it said determine the value of OPQ. I didn't understand which angle that was referring to.
Oh,
Yeah. And I forgot that is the one that the put in the middle is the one that they're referring to. And I was like, which one the one?
but here what, right? If that confuse you, look what you could do. And this is how I always remember it as well. OPQ. Watch. This is what we're gonna do. Start off at O, go to P, then go to Q. Where does it look like the angle is?
P.
Yeah, this is the angle. That's how you can do it. Are you?
Okay.
It's like you can't forget that. Like, come on, you can't forget that. Like, it's OPQ, right? So OPQ. You see the angle there in the middle. Yeah,
Well, I know now.
right. So that's that. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I want you to help me find the length of OR. OR would be here, right? This is OR. Some of you okay with that? That's OR.
Yes, sir.
It's a 2-mark question. It's not gonna be that hard. Right. So OR. Now, I gave you all this question, right? And the only thing we did so far was Pythagoras theorem. So that's supposed to be our hint, right? Uh, Tell me, guys, what should we use from this diagram to to come up with a right angle triangle. Like, is there any right angle triangles you see in here? Someone probably seen any right angle triangles that have OR in it.
So what's the R to Q?
O to R, R to Q. Yes, that is it. So she's talking about this triangle over here. Ria, can you see that this is a right angle triangle?
Yes, sir.
Great. That is a right angle triangle. All right. Simran, help me out here. So that's O, that's R, and this is Q. All right. Do we know what the length for O to Q is?
15 centimeters. I mean meters.
All right, that's 15 meters. And do we know what the length for QR is?
14.1 meter.
Right. And if you recall, Pythagoras' theorem says that the longest side squared is equal to the other side squared plus the other side squared. That was like the simplest explanation. So tell me, Simran, in this question, what's the longest side?
The hypotenuse.
Wait, the screen kind of giving some trouble. Okay, you're being very general there. The hypotenuse is the longest side for any triangle, but be specific. Is it OR, is it RQ, or is it OQ?
OQ.
It is
OQ.
OQ. For those of you all that having a hard time seeing it, think about it logically. The slant line would have to be the longest. And an even better way to see it is like this. The longest side is always opposite the right angle, always. So Simran, if that's the case, let's write our formula first. So we are going to write OQ squared and continue. OQ squared will be equal to
OR squared plus RQ squared.
perfect. Do we know what OQ is?
15 meters.
Right, so we're going to write 15 squared. Just write 15 squared. Do we know what OR is?
No.
I'm going to leave that blank then. OR squared. What about RQ? Do I know what that is?
14.1 meters.
Right, 14.1. So I'm going to write 14.1 squared. All right. So Simran, you want to simplify or you want to move across things one time? You want to
Simplify.
sure. What's 15 squared?
$225.
All right, 225. We don't know what OR is, so we have to leave it as OR squared for now. What is 14.1 squared?
198.81.
198.81?
Yeah.
All right. So Simran, there are two ways you could do this. I'm going to show you the both methods. We are trying to find for what? What's our unknown? Come, what is our unknown?
OR.
Right. If we're trying to find for OR, like, okay, in this question, where is OR? Is it on the left-hand side or is it on the right-hand side?
Yeah, left hand side.
Okay. This is the equal sign, right? This is the left-hand side and this is the right-hand side. Did you know that before?
Oh no.
That's all right. Now you know. So the left-hand side would just be to the left of the equal sign, and the right-hand side would be to the right of the equal sign. So you're okay with up to this point, right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. We are trying to find for OR, right?
Yeah.
If we're trying to find for OR, then OR, this should be the only thing on that side. So if it should be the only thing on that side, then what shouldn't belong here? What shouldn't be there?
Um, the 198.81.
Yeah, that shouldn't be over there. What are we doing over there, right? So we're going to take it and we're going to move it across. So if I take 198.81 and I move it across, that's going to turn to what now?
Minus
Right? So I'm going to write 225 minus 198.81, and that's going to be equal to what?
OR squared.
Right? What is 225 minus 198.81?
26.19.
26.19?
Yeah.
All right. I lose you anywhere yet, or like you good?
Again.
Okay. Tell me if I lose it here, right? All I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the left-hand side with the right-hand side as well. So I'm going to say OR squared is equal to 26.19. That was confusing, or you good with that?
Again.
All right. We want to find for OR, but we have OR squared. What is the opposite of squaring something?
Square root.
Right? So we're gonna find the square root of 26.19. If you're wondering why there isn't a square root on the left-hand side, that's because if you square root a square term, it's gonna cancel off. So that's why there's no square root on the left-hand side, because it canceled off with 2. So plug that into your calculator and let me know what you get.
5.1.
5.1. If you could tell me your answer, the 2 decimal places.
1.
Let's see. 26.19. So you see how we have 5.1176? If I ask you to round it off to 2 decimal places, we're going to look at the second decimal. The second decimal is 1. What's the number after 1?
7.
We're going to increase 1. So it's going to be 5.1 what?
2.
Right. And the units? What were the units? Meters, right? And you would say in brackets to 2 decimal places. That's that. So Simran, if you like you can get 2 marks in the exam,
Yeah.
I think so, right? You can definitely get that. Ria, is it something like real scary, or you feel like you could have got a marks?
I could get it.
I think so. Perseus, what about you?
I think so too, sir.
I feel like the algebra is what tying you up. Are you still confused about, like, let me know if you're confused about the algebra over there. Tell me.
No, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
Okay.
I think when we reach to like side.
All right. Sky, how you feeling about that?
So good, sir.
You feel like you gotta get this correct, or like the algebra would tie you up bad?
So I feel like I would understand it now, but doing it, probably I could have get error or something. But I understand it, sir.
Okay. I'm taking it with it, right? Taking it with it. Akila, I feel like I said that wrong. But like, let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, how confused are you? If confused at all. Let me check the chats. Scary. Yeah, it definitely did look scary, right? I could go over these steps one more time. So to use Pythagoras theorem, there's a couple of ground rules. You must have 2 sides and it must be a right angle triangle. So it must have a right angle in it, which means 90 degrees. So 90 degrees looks like a little box. And they wanted us to find the length of OR. So what we did was we selected a triangle with two sides and a right angle. So we selected this triangle over here. So Sky, you following?
Yes.
Great. I feel like you'll look at this and be like, okay, what right angle? Like, which triangle to use? I think that's what happened in the exam. But like you see, now we have two sides here and it's a right angle. So you had to use Pythagoras. The next step. Pythagoras theorem says the longest side squared is equal to the sum of the other side squared. So the longest side is always the slant side called the hypotenuse. So OQ squared plus the other two sides squared. So OR squared and RQ squared. So OQ is 15. OR, we don't know what that is. RQ is 14.1. So we simplify, right? We found what it was. I then moved across the 198.81. So I would leave the OR squared here. Right? That's the only thing I want to be over here. Because I'm trying to find for OR. I then simplified and I switched it around. So OR squared is equal to 26.19. So to get rid of the square, I just find the square root on both sides. And that gave me 5.12 meters, the two decimal places. And that was nice. So now we're going to move on to trigs. So Perseus, this is your time to shine. Seriously, staying quiet with that one. Perseus, this is your topic. It wasn't it was a talk. Why the nervous breathing? Come on, confidence. You're not talking to me. Feeling hurts. I don't know.
Okay, so sorry.
You're making my ball.
Oh, I'm making you. That's not my fault. I'm not making you go.
Like you're not talking at all. That's why.
Oh, so you listen my voice. So okay, I'll try to talk more.
I feel like the flatter yourself. I feel you, I just don't like to be blank now. And I wanna ask a question and thing, I don't like to be left hanging like cliffhanger. Don't you probably know who that is, right? So trig ratios. So Perseus, we still on 90-degree angle triangles, right? So make a guess. You think we could use trig ratios with non-90-degree angle triangles?
I think so. So yeah.
You can't. You could only use trig ratios for 90-degree angle triangles.
So, well, honestly, I just hate trigger.
It's not that deep. Like when you see it, like this wasn't hard. Like I promise you, it's easy. You just hate it because it's algebra. That's why. But trigonometry by itself, not hard. Like it's very easy. If you have trouble in algebra, you'll find it a bit hard. So you can only use trig ratios for a 90-degree angle triangle. The second condition, you must have another angle. Wait, I'll phrase that differently. You must have an angle other than 90 degrees. Right? Another thing, you must have at least one side. So guys, copy this down. These are the things you need to know to use trig ratios. And the trig ratios are SOHCAHTOA. It kind of sounds like soccer too, right? SOHCAHTOA, right? Sine, cosine, right? So sine theta is O over H right? Cos theta is A over H, right? And tan theta is O over A. So these trig ratios are just simply the ratio between two sides in a right angle triangle. That's all they are. Hence trig ratios, right? Okay. And again, it kind of sounds like soccer too. Right? So, ka, to. Right. So yeah, you could go ahead and copy this down. In the meantime, let me just come up with some questions I could ask you guys. Okay, so after you are done copying all your notes, I want you to think, can I use the trig ratios on any one of those examples? I want you to pause and ask yourself that. All right. All right, so Sky, you are correct. Two, you could use trig ratios for two. All right. What about the rest of you guys? Perseus, do you think you could use trig ratios for one?
No, sir.
Okay, why?
because it don't have another angle other than the 90 degrees.
Exactly right. What do you think you should use for that? Come on, Priscilla. What do you think you should use for that? For that triangle? What do you think you should use to find for the unknown side there?
So is it Pythagoras?
Yeah, it's
Pythag
Pythagoras. Pythagoras is the only other thing you could do. And
okay, so we can consider if this was correct.
you could use Pythagoras if you have two
Uh,
sides.
Also,
Say that again.
I could also use Pythagoras for tree.
Ah, no, you can't. See,
So
see if you can
that
figure
one
it out.
actually have me confused.
Okay. What did I say? Look at the conditions. What's the first condition?
It must be at a right angle, and it's not a right angle.
It's not right angle at all, is it?
No, sir.
Nah, that's not right angle. Otherwise, it'll look like that. I have 90. If you don't have 90 degrees, it's not right angle. Can't use that. Right? So with one, no. Right, Simran? You understand everything so far? You think we could use Pythagoras? What's saying? You think we could use the trig ratios in this question? Question one. Tell me, Simran, you feel like we could use trig ratios for that?
Um, yeah.
Simran, somebody wasn't paying attention. I catch you, I catch you. Okay, Simran, read the rules for me.
90 degrees triangle. It must have an angle other than 90 degrees. It must have at least one side.
Right. So let's run through the must-haves. Is this a right angle triangle?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, what about the second condition?
Oh no.
It doesn't have any other angles, does it?
No.
Nah, so can we use Pythagoras? I'm saying, can we use trig ratios for this?
No.
Can we use Pythagoras?
Yeah.
Yeah, because to use Pythagoras, you need two sides. Do we have two sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a no, right? You cannot use trig ratios. No, you cannot use trig ratios. However, what can we use? Tell me someone, what can we use?
Um,
Because it have two sides and it's a right angle, what else could we use? For right angle triangles, it only had two things you could use. Trig ratios and Simran. Only had two
yeah.
things you could use for right angle triangle. You could only use trig ratios or yeah, you just tell me. Okay, Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem.
Oh,
You can only use two things for right angle triangles. Trigs on Pythagoras. If it had two sides, you know you're gonna use trig. If it have two sides, Pythagoras. If it have more than one angle, trigs. That's the way to remember it.
oh, where's the triggers? Where's the difference?
Okay. Pythagoras theorem This is Pythagoras theorem. Longest side squared is equal to other side squared plus other side squared. Trig ratios, sine theta is over h, cos theta is a over h, tan theta is over a.
Oh,
Yeah, different formulas. And to use trig ratios, you need an angle other than 90. For Pythagoras theorem, do we need any angles? Tell me, Simran. Like in this formula, you see any angles? Longest side squared plus equal to other side squared plus other side squared. Are you seeing any angles?
no.
Nah. So but to use the trig ratios, you need angles.
Oh,
To use Pythagoras theorem, you don't need any angles. Right? Okay. Let's look at the next scenario, Simran. Could we use trig ratios for the second question?
yeah.
Tell me why. Why could we use the trig ratios?
Because it have another angle that is more than 90 degrees.
You said
I mean,
more.
other than 90 degrees. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, yeah. And it's a right angle. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we could use this. This is good. It's good. Okay. Tell me, Simon, what about tree? Do you think we could use trig ratios for tree?
Um, yeah.
Okay, let's run through the rules again. It must be a
90 degrees triangle.
let me just make this a bit more clear. Make this a bit more clear. One moment. Must be right angle triangle and in brackets 90 degrees. Tell me, Simran, are you seeing any 90 degrees over here?
No.
Nah, so is it a right angle triangle?
No.
No. So can we use Pythagoras theorem on this?
Yeah.
Again, I catch you lacking. Let me go back up to Pythagoras theorem. What is the conditions to use Pythagoras theorem?
Must be a right angle triangle. I must have two out of the three lines.
Right. Is this a right angle triangle? Is this a right angle triangle?
No.
No. So Simran again. Right now we're dealing at 90-degree angle triangles, right? Right angle triangles. So Simran, the only two things you could use is trig ratios and Pythagoras theorem. If it's not a right angle triangle, you can't use either one of those. You will use the sine rule or the cosine rule. So for this question, tell me once more, can we use trig ratios?
No.
No trigs, no trig ratios. Can we use Pythagoras theorem?
No.
Why? Why is that?
Because it's not a right angle triangle.
Yeah, exactly. It's not right angle triangle, right? Not why? Because it is not a right angle triangle. However, you could use the cosine rule, right? You could use the cosine rule. And we will learn about that when we look at triangles that are not 90 degrees, right? But Priscilla, you okay with this so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Simran, you see how I catch you lacking there? If you have anything you feel like you don't understand, just tell me. I will pause. I will take my time. That is nothing. right? I the way to be in that condition, that situation, the way you're kind of confused. But Simran, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I can see you, right? I have four eyes. So you might have to help me with that question just now. I just telling you from now.
Okay.
Ria, you okay with everything that's done here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sky, how about you? You okay with everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Adetola, can you now distinguish between when you're going to use Pythagoras and when you're going to use tricks? Adetola? Okay. Jira, what about you? You should be home by now. Should be. I'm not sure.
I know, type on the chat thing, but to you only that I leave in now.
What a real good time. I even seen that. I even sit down. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to acknowledge it before I leave.
Wait. And I ask you this. That's crazy. But hey, no problem. No problem.
I also did the homework, but because I was in work all day, I don't have the book. So when I get home, I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay, no problem. All right. Later. Okay,
Enjoy the rest of the class.
thank you. So let's move on, right? The other thing you'll need to know is how to label the sides when dealing with trig ratios. How to label the sides. So there are three things you need to know. Number one, the hypotenuse. As you guys know, the hypotenuse is the longest side in a triangle. Longest side in a triangle. AKA, it's a slant line. And if you need even more clarification, well, is always opposite the right angle. Always opposite the right angle. Okay, number two, the opposite. As it says, it's always opposite. It's opposite the angle, right? This is a side that is opposite to the angle in question. All right, part three now. You should know what the adjacent is. Does anybody know what adjacent means? Sky, you know what adjacent means?
Next to, sir.
Yeah, exactly. It literally means right next to. I will make it sound proper. That's actually slang, you know, be like right next to that. I just put next to. It means next to, right? So this is the side. This is the side that is right next to the angle in question. All right, so I want you guys to take this down like really, really fast. And I'm going to draw some examples in the meantime. Okay, so one. All right, so as soon as you have this copy down, let me know, and then we'll label the sides for the following diagrams. All right. Ria, you have nearly everything copied down?
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay. Sky, what about you?
So on the example.
All right. Um, Simran, what about you?
If you repeat something.
Yeah, Simran, what about you? Where you reach? Did you copy down everything or yeah, still copying down everything?
Oh, I'm copying everything.
Okay, great. So while you're waiting, see if you can label the sides for the following diagrams. You remember how to label the sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll give it a try. All right, guys, I think you all should have it down by now. So let's move on to labeling the diagrams. Right? So Perseus, I'm going to give you the prestige of labeling the first one. All right. So Perseus, I want you to read what hypotenuse says.
Yes. Longest side in a triangle. Slant line always opposite the right angle.
All right, so Priscilla, Selma, which one would be the hypotenuse? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2. 2 will be the hypotenuse. Great. You start off good. All right, so this is the hypotenuse. Okay, what do you think? Which one do you think would be the adjacent side? So let's read the adjacent. What does the adjacent say?
This is the side that is right next to the angle in question.
Ah, so what's the angle here in question? So forget about the 90 degrees, yeah? Forget about that. What's the other angle we're looking at? So theta. This sign is theta. So
That is 3.
no, it's not angle. I just
Oh,
is the symbol for angle, theta.
oh,
Right? So I'm saying that this is the angle in question, theta. So if this is theta, if this is the angle we are looking at, which one would be the adjacent side? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3, correct. So this would be the adjacent side. And what side would be opposite to the angle in question? This is the angle in question, theta.
It will be 1.
It'll be 1, right? Nice.
Yes.
Because it's opposite the angle. Okay, Simran. Let me see if you've got it. Question 2. Tell me, which one is the hypotenuse? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3. 3 is the hypotenuse, yes. Okay, 1, 2, or 3? Which one is the adjacent side?
2.
2, no. Why I say 2? Remember, adjacent is the side.
Oh, no. 1. Who is the opposite?
Exactly. Adjacent will be the angle. I mean, what was an angle? That will be the side that's right next to the angle. So we are considering this angle here. So this is the side right next to the angle. So that's the adjacent. And lastly, this will be the opposite, right? Because it's opposite the angle in question. Right. Nice. Adetola, help me label this triangle. Which one will be the hypotenuse? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3. Great. Which one will be the adjacent side? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
And which one will be the opposite?
1.
Right? Because it's opposite the angle in question. Great.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's move on to some questions now. So let me give you all some go-to tips. Right? Please pay attention to these tips. Or I should say hacks. Look at the side you have and the side you are trying to find for. All right, so again, look at the side you have and the side you are trying to find for. From this, you'll be able to select the correct trig ratio. Right, so guys, you'll see how it'll make more sense when I give you a question. But again, look at the side you have and the side you're trying to find for. From this, you'll be able to select the correct trig ratio because there are three. All right, question one. Somebody give me an angle. Add it to like give me an angle.
So can you repeat?
Give me an angle.
Any random angle?
Well, give me an angle that kind of looks like this.
Um, I would say 45.
Okay, 45. And give me this length over here. Give me a random length.
9.
Right? I'm going to call this O, A, B. All right. So yeah, as soon as you have this copy down, let me know, and I'll do the question with you guys. And then I'll give you one to try. All right, so Simran, I feel like I want you to help me with this question. And the next question I'm doing, Priscilla, so you'll help me with this, right? So, Priscilla, so you have everything copied down?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ria, you have everything copied down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let me start, right? So before I do the question, let's just do a recap. So there are three trig ratios you could choose from. And the way to remember it is so, ka, toa. All right. Okay. So, Simran, let's start off with so. That means that sine theta is equal to what over what?
Opposite over hypotenuse.
Right. So you see these last two letters in the way to remember it. Those are the ones, that's the terms you're gonna put in the fraction. So O first and H. Okay, what about K? That means cos theta is equal to,
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
all right? For sayers, what do you think TOA means?
Um, Opposite O for adjacent.
Right, but what does T stand for? It's sine, cosine?
Tan.
Yes. Right, so these are the three you could possibly select from. So earlier, I told you all to look at the side you have and the side you are trying to find for. And this will tell you which one to select. So Simran, in this question, let's label it first. So what do you think AB would be?
That would be hypotenuse.
Right? What do you think OB would be?
Adjacent.
Right? Because if this is the angle we're dealing with, right? And this would be the side right next to the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the side that's opposite the angle. So I'll call this O. Great. So again, I said, so look at the side you have and the side you're trying to find for. So Simran, in this question, they want us to find the length of which side?
OA.
OA. OA is the what side? The opposite, adjacent, what is it?
The opposite.
Right? And what is the side that we actually have?
The adjacent.
Right. So based on the information, right? Like what we're trying to find out what we have, what do you think we should use? Which one has O and A in it? Is it sine or tan? Tan. All right, so I'll go over that one more time. Look at how I selected it. Okay, so I selected it based on the side we had and the side we were trying to find for. So Perseus, in this question, what length did we have? No, we didn't have the length tan. A length would be like in meters or something.
Oh,
What?
really? We have no, like we only have the 9M for OB.
Yeah, that's our length. 9m is our length. 9 meters, that's our length. So Perseus, look at this carefully, right? We label this adjacent. So that means we have adjacent and we want to find length of OA. So that means we need to find for O. So which trig ratio has O and A in it?
Tan.
Tan, right? Yeah. So we're going to use tan. So Simran, so you're saying, right? You're going to say tan theta is equal to O over E. In the next part, you're going to do a substitution. So tell me, Simran, what's the angle in this question?
45 degrees.
Right, so that theta just means angle, right? What was the length for O? Do we know the length for O?
9. Oh no.
So I'm just gonna write, I'm gonna leave that blank, right? Okay. What about the length for A? Do we know the length for A?
Yeah.
What's our length?
9 meters.
9. All right. Seems as though I would need more space. All right. And Simran, we are trying to find for what here?
OA.
Right. And OA is the opposite, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of writing O, I could just write OA. Right. So we need to find for OA. Right now, we have OA divided by 9. So tell me, Simran, what can I do on both sides to cancel off for the 9 here? So right now, OA is being divided by 9. What's the opposite of divided by 9? Simran, what's the opposite of dividing?
Oh, multiply.
So if I multiply both sides by 9, what's going to happen with this 9 and this 9?
I will cancel.
And that would leave us with OA.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one way you could do it. Right? You could multiply both sides by 9. if I do that, I'm going to end up with 9 tan 45. And on this side, the 9 and the 9 would cancel off. So that would leave me with OA. So my final answer would be OA is equal to whatever this is. So plug that into the calculator and let me know what you guys are getting. What is 9 tan 45? What are you all getting for 9 tan 45?
So I get 9.
Yeah, 9 is the
9.
correct answer. Right? And if any of you are wondering why 9 is the answer, look at this, right? So, that's all I remember when you tell me the angle was 45 degrees. Adetola, and it was you that told me 45 degrees. Can I hear Adetola? But
Sorry, repeat.
wasn't it you that told me it was 45 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay, if you tell me 45 degrees, right? Wouldn't this also be 45 degrees? Because watch, and all the angles in a triangle need to add up to 180.
Yeah.
So 45 and 45 is 90. 90 plus 90 is
Right.
180.
And internet is 180, right?
But by you doing this, you made a what kind of triangle? 45 and 45.
So I see my internet.
I was saying, by you doing this,
So,
you made a what kind of triangle? Adetola, you hear me?
yes, my internet dropped.
Oh, shucks. Um, you hear me right now, or like a stick in plenty?
Yeah, here now.
Right. So, Adetola, you had told me to use 45 degrees, and
Right.
if you did that, that would make the other angle 45 degrees as well, because it had add up to 180. So
Mm-hmm.
245s would be 90, and 90 plus 90 is 180.
Mm-hmm.
So by doing this, you made out what kind of triangle? If two of your angles is the same, what kind of triangle you make?
I feel that.
So that again,
So
what?
the first one that comes to my mind that I saw this one not wrong.
No, how is that wrong? How is that
Oh,
wrong?
it right? No, because I was thinking, wait, no, it is isosceles.
It is because the base
Yeah,
angles in an isosceles is equal. And to further back that added solar, what do we get for OA?
yeah, it turned out to be the same.
Right? Because I mean you get it's the same base angle. So I mean you're supposed to
Yeah,
you gotta see that from the stats, right? Right. So happy that I understand that. So
yeah.
Simran, was there any part of this process that I'll lose you in?
I was wondering why was 9 times 45.
Okay, let me clarify that. Okay, Simran, whatever I do on one side, do you think I need to do it on the other side, or I could not do it on the other side? What do you think? Like, let me just say I had 1 is equal to 1, right? And I multiply by 7. Do you think it's right for me to only multiply the left side by 7?
Um,
Think about your answer, right? So we have 1 is equal to 1. Does that make sense? Is 1 equal to 1?
yeah,
Okay. If I multiply by 7 now, and I only do it to the left-hand side, is this correct? Is it right for me to say 7 is equal to 1?
no,
No, so if I multiply this side by 7, what I need to do with this side?
multiply by 7.
Right. Great. So check this out. over here, right? We said that we wanted to find for OA. So to find for OA, we ended up multiplying both sides by 9. Understand?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we did that so that the 9 will cancel off. But like you just now see, if I do something on one side, well, I need to do it on the other side. So I can't just multiply this side by 9. I need to multiply this side by 9 as well. Right. So this is one way you can do it. Let me show you all an alternative way you can work it out. And I believe you would see this method more frequently. Cross multiplication. Right? But let me just put in the working, full working here. 1 second. You guys will let me know which method you prefer, so like going forward, I would just use that method. I said this is one of the methods. Alternatively, I could have said this. So I could have said tan 45 over 1. Simran, did I confuse you? Or like, do you understand that tan 45 is the same thing as tan 45 over 1? Did I confuse you by writing that line?
No.
Okay, good. For anybody that's confused, right? And if I divide something by 1, I'll get back the original thing. Think about 7 divided by 1. That'll just be equal to 7. Any number, anything divided by 1 will be itself. Think about x is equal to 1. I mean x over 1. That'll just be x. Right? So I didn't break the laws of maths there. And then we have OA over 9. So anytime you have two fractions on either end, you could do something called cross multiplication. So I'm going to multiply the 1 by the OA. So precise, if I multiply 1 by OA, what would I get? What is 1 by OA?
Okay.
OA, right? And what is 9 by tan 45? I'll just
9,
no,
10, 4, 5.
yep. Right, and then from there you can just plug that into your calculator and get your answer. So going forward, which method do you all prefer? The cross multiplication or the multiplying both sides by a number? Let me hear, which one do you all prefer? Yes, which one do you prefer?
So in all honesty, I feel like in the exam, I feel like I'll use the first equation.
First one. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Adetola, which one you might use? Cross multiplication or multiply both sides by 9? Okay, I hear Adetola. Simran, which one you might use? This one or this one?
The first one.
Okay, interesting. Normally students prefer this one. Okay, let's do another example, right? Right, and Perseus, you're gonna help me with this one. By the way, any of you guys watch Stranger Things yet? The new season? And if you did, don't spoil it for me. Just tell me how it went.
But I was planning on watching it after this class because
Okay.
everybody in school and talking about it.
Gosh, you probably feeling to like knock them down, like, yeah.
And because I still waiting to get comfortable and then watch it.
Yeah, after class, I might watch it too. But I was watching Squid Game season 2. So far, going good.
So you know watching Squid Game season 2?
I know, and I had watched Squid Game 1 however long ago. Right, but I'm
That
just
was
watching.
that was like
It
so
was
long ago.
Yeah, I know, like Squid Game 3 released, and I know
Exactly.
watching Squid Game. I know, I know. All right, new question. Find the length of OA. I'm gonna change up things a little bit. Well, changing things around. I'm gonna say that this is 30 degrees. Right. The first thing you want to do is label a triangle. So Perseus, tell me, what would OB be? How would I label OB? Perseus?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what would I label side OB? Hypotenuse, adjacent, or opposite?
The adjacent
Right. Why you say adjacent? That's correct, but why you say that?
because
What does adjacent
because
mean?
side that is right next to the angle.
Yeah. And 30 degrees is the angle we're looking at. Yep. All right, so this is the adjacent. What would this side be?
Opposite
Right? Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to get a length. And what I call this side?
the hypotenuse.
Okay. Perseus, as it is right now, could I use trig ratios on this triangle?
No, sir.
No, because I would need what additional information would I need to be able to use trig ratios?
It it must have at least one side like
Exactly. You don't have any lengths here, so you can't use it as it is right now. Let me just give you let me get a length. What if I said that this was 5 meters? Right. So, Perseus, to figure out which trig ratio to select, you're going to look at what you have versus what you're trying to find. What do we have here?
we have A and O.
No, we don't have A and O. We only have A.
Oh yeah, we only have E. I got
When I say have, I'm talking about a known length, like a length that we have, a known length. Okay. Um, what is it that we're trying to find for?
We're trying to find for OA.
OA. That's H, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So which trig ratio in it? I'm going to say which trig ratio has A and H in it? A and
Cosine.
H. Cosine. So that's simple. You're going to use cosine. So you're going to say cos theta, and that's going to be A over H. Next line, you're going to substitute. What is the angle?
The angle is 30 degrees.
Okay, what is A?
H.
And what is A? A.
Oh, A.
Yeah, A.
It would be 5.
Yeah, 5. What is H?
30 degrees.
No. H is not
No,
H is
sir.
not
My bad. My bad. Unknown.
right? OA. We don't know what it is. It's OA, right? That confuse you? I mean, this side is H. This O to A is H.
Okay, sir.
Some of that confuse you.
A little, but as you explain, I understand it now.
Okay, I need to explain that back one more time. Make sure you have that. So you understand that this side is H, right? This side is H.
Yes, sir.
And that would be from O to A. So that's H is side OA. Right. Okay. What are we trying to find for over here?
We're trying to find for the unknown.
Right. You guys will see why I told you all that using um cross multiplication is better. Because like Perseus, if you want to find for OA, what would you do next? What would you do next? Look at where OA is. What would you do next?
You have to like cross multiply
Yeah.
or
Like it have a bunch of things you could do. You can multiply by OA on both sides. And Perseus, if I multiply by OA on both sides, what's gonna happen with OA on this side?
you just get OA
No.
or 5.
I just get 5 because the OA and the OA would cancel off, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it using all methods. So you all will just pick whichever one you prefer. I don't like to keep methods. Right, so multiply by OA. Make sure the full working over here. Right, so multiply that side by OA. Multiply this side by OA. Right, Perseus, what's gonna happen on this side?
The OA would cancel off and so just remain 5.
Yeah. Right, on the other side, right now you have OA cos 30 degrees. And that's equal to 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are we trying to find for?
Unknown.
What is the unknown?
The unknown is OA
OA. Right now we have OA being multiplied by what?
by cos
Cos what?
cos 30 degrees.
Right. So I would have to do what to cancel that off? What would I have to do on both sides to cancel that off?
Divide.
Yes. Hit the nail on the head. I would have to divide both sides by. So I want to put something here that would cancel off of that. So what should I put?
Cos 30
Put
degrees.
cos 30 degrees. Yes. Should put cos 30 degrees. Right? If you notice the cos 30 and the cos 30 would cancel off and it would end up with OA. So OA would just be 5 over cos 30. Um, if you're having trouble putting that into a calculator, let me know. I will show you guys how to do it. Did anybody get an answer? I've been here in silence for a while now. Guys? Process.
So will it be will it be 5 divided by cos 30?
Yeah, so in the calculator, I'm going to assume most of you all have a sharp. If most of you all have a sharp, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna put 5 divided, right? Open bracket. Actually, try without the open bracket first. Just put 5 divided. You're gonna press cos, then you're gonna press 30, close bracket, and you should get 5.77.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
So I use my phone. I get answer.
Okay, nice. 5.77, right? It'll be 5.77 meters. I enter 2 decimal places. Right, so Simran, this working was a bit different from the last working. I need you to tell me if you're confused. You're probably wondering why I multiply by OE.
No, no, I actually understand why I multiply by OA. I kind of get a little confused when you reach to cancel off the cos 30 degrees, but then I catch on.
Okay. You understand that? Okay, cos 30. If you put it into your calculator, you'll realize cos 30 is actually a number. Like if you put cos 30, watch. If I put cos 30 in the calculator, you realize cos 30 is actually a number, right? You see 0.866. So picture this. Imagine if you had 5x is equal to 20. How would you find for 1x, Simran? How do you find for 1x?
20 divided by 5. Well, 5 divided by 20.
So you would divide both sides by 5, so you will cancel off, hence.
Yeah.
So the same thing over here. Cos 30 is a number. It don't look like a number, but it is. So you would just divide by cos 30 on both sides. So you cancel off to leave you with OA. So that's it. Yeah. Let me show you some alternative ways to work it, and you all will pick whichever one is easiest for you to understand. So like if you were to do the question using cross multiplication, let's see how that would go. So cos 30 degrees, and that would be equal to 5 all over OA. All right. Cos 30 is the same thing as cos 30 over 1, right? So hope I didn't confuse anybody so far. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cross multiply. So you're going to get OA cos 30 degrees. Then you're going to get 1 by 5, which is 5. And then you would just simply divide both sides by cos 30 because you want to find for OA. Right? And you would get the same answer as last time. Right? So OA would just be equal to 5.77 meters to 2 decimal places. All okay with that? Which method do you all prefer? Unless I prefer the first method. Oh yeah, I don't like the silence. Sky, which one you prefer?
So kind of the second one.
Yeah, I prefer the second one as well. Is like a bit more straightforward. Yeah. All right. Perseus, you prefer the first one?
So I think I need a little more practice to see which one I'm more comfortable with.
Okay. All right. I needed someone know what confusing you so I could explain it in really like hardcore detail. Tell me.
Also, I'll be honest, sometimes I just get mixed up with the triangles. Like if it's like for like SOHCAHTOA, I would either mix up like if it's tan or cos sign. Cosine or sine. I would
Okay.
mix it up.
Is it is it that you have a hard time recognizing which one is which, like which label is which, or like it just mix up the SOHCAHTOA to one? Like, tell me.
Next the SOHCAHTOA actually.
All right. So Perseus. So first one is so. Then wait, which one was the next one? So, right? So what's next?
It will be ta
Not CAR, uh, CAH, right? So, right. So the S, what do you think the S stands for?
sine.
Right? So you'll say sine theta is equal to what over what?
Oh, it's O over H.
Right? What do
I
you
might
think?
not SOHCAHTOA because I would put a different
Yeah, that's why it's SOHCAHTOA, right? C stands for what?
stands for cosine.
Right? What is A? So look at the order, AH. So what are gonna be?
Adjacent over H.
Right? And the T stands for,
For tan,
right? So beta and theta is equal to,
so O over A.
right? So you don't have an excuse now. You know what it is, right? To figure out which one you're going to select, you're going to look at which one you had the length for, and you're going to look at what side you're trying to find for. So in this case, A and H. The only one with A and H is cos. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right. So let me give you all one question to do. Let me see if you all can handle that question by yourself. All right, so I'm gonna give you all 5 minutes. Try this. Hmm. Wait, boy, like 7 minutes. Come on, take all the extra time. 5 minutes. Start. So you're first gonna label, then you're gonna select, then you're gonna do the algebra. Give it a try. Ice. Want that glass with ice? Mhm. All right, guys. So like, um, less than 2 minutes remaining. Did any of you all figure it out? Aria, making any progress?
So trying.
You get through with labeling the sides,
Yeah.
right? Um, the algebra giving you trouble.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sky, what about you? Are you getting through?
So on the algebra.
Okay. Yeah, the algebra. Let's make this topic hard.
Sir,
Yeah, hello?
I sent you a screenshot.
I
I
must,
tried.
let's see. All right, so you decide to pick, let me see. So CD. Man, that's wrong.
Okay, so I'll do it over.
All right, so here what you do this more on the screen, right? Because it's timer. All right, so first things first, process. Um,
I see your mistake.
wait, that first things first, you need to select the sides you'll be looking at. And you need to
Yes.
select them strategically. So this is O, right? This is H, and this is E. What do they want us to find for?
For CD.
Right. What is CD? Does it correspond to O, H, or E?
Corresponds to O.
Right. So we automatically gonna select O. All right. Next thing. What length do we have?
We have the opposite.
No.
We have 8 centimeters.
Right. And that corresponds to what? What does that correspond to? The opposite,
We have the
adjacent.
the hypotenuse.
Right. So we're gonna select that one thing. So whichever one you select, it must have O and H in it. Which one has O and H in it?
None of them, sir.
Fine. Right, watch. So, ka,
Oh, sine. Right.
right? Sine, O and H.
So
Okay,
that I just mix it up. I think there is a problem.
no, but like you know, there's so, ka, toa. You can't mix it up, you have it. So, ka, toa. You can't. Like, SOH, that's sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Like, before you start the question, for us, write this down. Write that down before you start the question. Because you selected cos,
I
but
made a mistake, sir. I
but
made a
cos,
mistake. I looked over the question. I made a mistake by selecting the cost by mistake.
yeah, because if you select cos, right, you'll be finding for CE because it has A is CE, but we want to find for CD, so you must select one with O in it.
Yes, so that was my bad. As I check it over, I realized I made a huge mistake.
All right. But it's good that you see the mistake. All right, so let's continue. So whichever one you select, your next step is to write the formula or write the trig ratio. So we're going to select sine. We're going to say sine theta is equal to O over H. That's a very second step, I should say. Because your first step is labeling the triangles and selecting the two sides. How much of you all were able to figure out the correct trig ratio at least?
So I get
Right. Nice. Simran, were you able to figure out the correct trig ratio?
Yeah.
All right. What about the algebra? You got through with that? Yes, no problem.
Not quite.
All right. Noted. Okay. Let's continue, right, Perseus? Tell me, what should I write in the next line?
Sine, open bracket, 39 degrees, close bracket, equal O
All right.
over
And what's O?
8
Come on, what's O?
CD,
Right? CD over H. What is H?
8.
Right. Okay. What do you think we should do next?
Cross multiply.
Right. So I think you all should stick to cross multiplication. It's the easier one. To do cross multiplication, you need to write sine 39 degrees as sine 39 degrees over 1. Now we're going to cross multiply. So Simran, let's cross multiply. So you're going to multiply 1 by CD. Simran, what's 1 by CD?
CD.
Right? And what about on the other side? I say you multiply 1 by CD, you get CD, and then they're going to multiply 8 by sine to the 9. So how would I write that over here?
8 sine 39 degrees.
Right? And then you would plug that into the calculator. So plug that into the calculator and round it off to 2 decimal places for me. So remember the answer on the calculator.
I get 5.03.
Let's check that out. Yeah, 5.03 is correct. Nice. All right, so 5.03 centimeters. And in brackets, you'll put two decimal places. That's it. What do you all think about that? So Simran, which part of the algebra was giving you trouble?
Um, I can lose along
You're not sure
doing the cross multiplication.
but say
I
that,
was doing it the longer way, so
well, let's try to do it using a longer way. So it'll be sine to the 9, and that'll be equal to CD over 8. So Simran, what are we trying to find for?
CD
All right, right now CD is being divided by 8. So what would I need to do on both sides to cancel off this 8?
multiplied by 8.
Right, if you multiply both sides by 8, tell me what you get. Tell me what you would get.
You would get 8 sine 39 equals CD.
Yeah, that's it. And just plug this into the calculator and you get your answer. 5.03. That's it. What was giving you trouble?
I know I was doing it like the longer way where you divide it
Divide it.
and you cross out to cancel.
Wait, you talking about like this?
Yeah.
Okay, but
So okay.
wait. But Simran, we only did that because the unknown was in the denominator. That's the only reason we do that. But in this question, right? In this question, was the unknown in the denominator?
No.
No, it was in numerator, so it was straightforward. Um, if you notice in this question, where's OA? It's in the denominator. So we had multiply by OA to get rid of it from the denominator, and we brought it across over here. And then we wanted to find for cos, we wanted to find for OA, so we divide both sides by cos to find for OA, right? Simran, send my picture you're working because I'm curious. Right? I'm curious,
Okay.
but I need to address the confusion. Like before I like leave class, I had to make sure they're not confused. Sine to the 9 degrees. This is the other method, right? CD over 8. You'd multiply both sides by 8. And you'd end up with 8 sine to the 9 degrees. and that will be equal to CD because the 8 and 8 would have cancelled off. So you plug that into your calculator and you get 5.03 centimeters, right? To two decimal places. Ria, which part of this will give me in trouble? Come on, so I could like address it now.
So I just get like madly confused with like numbers on like the regular, but like I understand it and I get the same answer all again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Simon, you send my answer, right? I need to see what you do. All right, so Simran, I'm waiting for your answer, right? In the meantime, let me give you another question. Like I need you to be able to get at least one question correct. All right. Wait, Simran, how come you draw the diagram like this? Kind of confused by that.
Oh no, I didn't draw the triangle. I just do the work again.
Now you should draw the triangle, like copy down the question, draw the triangle, label the sides, do the full thing, right? Do the full thing. So the next question I give you all, I expect to see the question, the diagram, and the full working. All right, so find the length of, change up things a bit. I'm going to change this here to 20 degrees. All right, call this X, Y, and Z. Find the length of XY. Going to say that this is 20 centimeters. I'm giving you all 5 minutes. All right, good luck, guys. All right. If you want to take a screenshot of this fast, I'll take a screenshot of both of the working for this, like, so you can have it to reference. I will also send this on the group chats. All right, so good luck, guys. See if we can handle that. Let me give Ole 1 more minute. Start over. 5. Yeah, good luck, guys. Wait, what I say? I make a mistake here. Not find for XY, find from XZ. Yeah. Find the length of XZ. All right, so Perseus, when you select your trig ratio, tell me which one you use so I can tell you if you're good to move forward. All right, so Perseus, listen carefully. You're going to label a triangle. You're going to select the side you have and the side you're trying to find for. You're going to write the formula, then you're going to substitute, and then you're going to write your answer. So take your time.
Okay, sir.
Oh wait, Perseus, I had corrected the question. It's not XY, it's XZ. Because you already have XY. You can't find for something you already have.
I guess I just changed it.
Yeah, so which trig ratio do you think you should select if you're trying to find for XZ and you have XY?
Um, tan?
Did you think about what you said before you said? Like carefully, carefully. I don't mean I'm bad way, just like carefully. Like you select where you have, right? And you look at where you're trying to find for.
Yes, sir.
You're confident, right?
Yes, sir. Feels.
Okay, good. Yeah, you had to use that. And by the way, don't write so, I looking like so minus, but equal or something. Say like so is equal to,
Okay,
oh,
sir.
and it's not
Of
sign, it's not sign over each, is, you had to say sine theta is over each. Be very careful with where you write. But yeah, tan is the correct one to use.
So I sent a picture of my question.
Let's see if that's correct. Ah, no, that was wrong.
So how?
All right, so you use the correct one, tan, right? I have a question. Is O XZ? That's our O's? Tell Maria, the next line you substituted O
Oh,
for XZ.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I understand.
I'm gonna do the question when I get the correct answer from one of you. I had to get the correct answer. Right? Simran.
Excuse me.
All right. I see Sky sent my answer. Simran, you wanted you said something just now?
Yeah, I was also gonna tell you, send you my book and see if I do it correct.
All right, I'm checking just now. Sky, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sky. You have O over A, right? What is O? Look at your diagram. What is O? What is O?
The opposite.
Yeah, but what does it correspond to? What information on the graph does O?
Oh, it's 20 centimeters.
Hmm?
Okay, my bad, sir.
Nah, everybody make this mistake, boy. Wait. Simran, check this, right? Um, or you label the triangle wrong. All right, so Simran, this will be the hypotenuse, and this side, that side is right next to the angle. So I'd call this A, and this is the opposite. So I'd call this O.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, so it is labeled depends on where the um
Yes.
angle. Oh,
Yep. So like A,
um,
A is the angle. Okay, so A means adjacent. It's right next to the angle in question. So if we're talking about 20 degrees, then this will be the side right next to 20 degrees. And this will be the side opposite to 20 degrees. So yeah,
oh.
try back in question. Guys, keep going, keep going. One of you all could get us correct. Nah, Priscilla, that's wrong.
I guess so.
Priscilla, if you look at your diagram, what is O?
20.
Right, O is 20. You wrote XZ for O. And for A, you wrote
Oh,
XC.
okay. I think I know. I think I know what I do wrong.
So I reach across multiplication and I just stick.
Right. Send my picture where you have.
Okay.
All right. So Ria, you're gonna cross multiply. So you're gonna draw like an X. So you see how you have, so like you see the 1, that would multiply by the 20. And like you see the tan 20, that would multiply by the A. So
Yeah, and no, but like
okay, so Ria, was it unknown
yes, so
there? Was it unknown there?
the A.
A. So you should multiply A by tan 20 first, and then put that equal to 1 by 20. All right, so right now you have tan 20 all over 1 is equal to 20 over A. So that's how you're going to multiply. And you're doing cross multiplication. So do that. And then send me a picture. So multiply the A by the tan 20 first, and then by 1 by 20. And send me a picture of that. Okay. So Ria, what are we trying to find for?
A.
A. Right now, A is being multiplied by what?
Tan 20.
Do you know that?
Oh, okay.
By the way, did you know
I
that
think,
tan 20 is a number?
yeah, I think I know now.
Okay, good. Right, Simran, how are things going?
Um, I get answer.
All right. All right. Um, Sky, that is not correct. Yeah, Okay, Sky, tan is O over A. You could never change that. Tan is literally O over A. You can't just change that to A over 20. No. Tan means O over A. All right. Simran, everybody, send me your working so far. All right, Simran, how did you get xz is equal to 20 over tan 20?
To be honest, I don't know. Because I didn't know what to multiply by, so I was like, if I just divide it, I just choose to divide.
Okay, well, let me,
I really didn't know what I was doing.
okay, well, let me put the question on the screen now, like the proper thing. So first things first, Simran, and I want all you to pay attention, because you can't get this wrong. If this giving all the trouble, please lock it in, because when we move on to triangles that is not 90 degrees, you're gonna cry because you're gonna be seeing way more complicated formulas. So please pay attention. All right, so Simran, let's label our sides. What would this side be?
The hypotenuse.
Right, this is the hypotenuse. What would this side be?
The adjacent.
Right, on this side?
The opposite.
All right. Sky, which two sides am I looking at?
So O and H.
O and H.
So wait, 1A because you have the side 20 centimeters and the angle 20 degrees.
Wait, so we're going to use O because I have 20, and I'm going to use A because that corresponds to XZ because they wanted us to find XZ. So you would up to that part? Sky?
Yes, sir.
Tell me if you would up to this part.
Yes, sir.
All right, so uh, so based on the things we highlighted, which one of them has O and E in it?
And
Tan. Tan has O and E in it, so we had to use tan. So my first step is to write the formula of same sign. Right, so tan, you will say tan theta is what? Tell me, Sky, what is tan theta equal to?
opposite of adjacent.
Right, you can't just change that to A over something. No, it's O over A, strictly O over A. Right, Sky, the next line we're going to substitute. So what is our angle?
20 degrees.
Our angle is 20 degrees, right? What is O?
20 centimeters.
Right, O is 20. What is E?
So we don't know it.
Don't know A. I'm going to call that XZ. Right, that's XZ. Right,
So no, that's my mistake. So.
yes, you understand what I was saying? Like when, because I saw you wrote O as XZ. I was wondering.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll put it back to front, sir. I'll put it on the underneath and the X on top.
If only it was that simple. If only it was that simple. Right. So, Simran, what do you think I should do next? I think we should just stick with cross multiplication and done. Right? We're gonna stick with cross multiplication. So, Simran, what to do next? How would I cross multiply? What's my next step?
Um, multiply by xz.
Yeah, that's a sensible move to make, right? I'm gonna do cross multiplication though. I feel like everybody can follow that one. So I'm gonna put tan 20 over 1 is equal to 20 over xz. Then I'm going to cross multiply. All right, so Simran, if I'm doing this right, I'm gonna multiply tan 20 by the xz, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So someone what should write in the next line then. That's a Simran, I'm multiplying tan 20 by xz. So what should I write here?
X z and 20.
Yeah, xz tan 20. And what would this be? What would the product of this be? 1 by 20,
Equals to 20.
right? Okay, what's next?
Oh, and you gotta carry across the turn 20 should be divided by.
Yep, it's telling me the correct thing. Right now, xz is being multiplied by tan 20, but we actually want to find the xz. So it shouldn't have tan 20 over there. So we're going to do the opposite of multiplying by tan 20. We're going to divide. So it would cancel off, right? So this and this would cancel off finally. And that would leave me with xz. So xz would be equal to 20 over tan 20. What is 20 over tan 20? Let's check. 20 over tan 20. You should have gotten 54.95.
Sir, I did it. I got it. I did send you the screenshot when I do it over.
I will check it just now. 54.95, right? And it would be centimeters. So 2 decimal places. So guys, all you have real practice to do. I'm gonna send a bunch of questions like this. Simran, you have exam in January. You really need to lock in. Right, I'm gonna send a bunch of questions. They will try it and send it to me. Karina, yes. Thelma, I see you raise your hand.
So I kind of missed the parts where you brought in the cross multiplication. Can you re-explain it, please?
Okay, not a problem. So, Karina, anytime you have two fractions, right? So check this out. Is my Apple Pencil dead? Wait, let me check something. Shucks, my Apple Pencil dead. All right. So, Karina, in this step over here, when we substituted everything in, what is our unknown?
The hypotenuse.
No, we don't have any hypotenuse here.
Oh no, the adjacent.
Yeah, the adjacent, right? And we said that the adjacent was xz. So watch. Tan 20 is a number, 20 is a number, 1 is a number. We know all of that. The only unknown here is xz. All right, so Karina, anytime you want to cross multiply, you're going to multiply diagonally. And this only works if you have two fractions on either side. So you would have probably noticed that tan 20 is now a fraction. Did you see that? Like tan 20, is that a fraction?
No.
No. So to make it a fraction, I wrote tan 20 over 1, which means the same thing. Think of 5. I can write 5 as 5 over 1. If I divide anything by 1, it doesn't change the value. Think of like 1,000 divided by 1. Nothing's going to change. So me writing tan 20 over 1 is acceptable. So Karina, to cross multiply, like I said, we're going to multiply diagonally. So I'm going to multiply the xz by the tan 20. And that's going to turn to xz tan 20. Then I'm going to multiply 1 by 20. 1 by 20 is just 20. Now, Karina, I want to find for xz. You see this xz? That is what I'm really interested in. So tell me something, Karina. If I have xz tan 20, what do you think I should do on both sides? Wait, let me just erase the work, okay? One second. Yeah, so Karina, if you're looking at this, right, check this out. We have xz multiplied by tan 20 is equal to 20. If I want to cancel off this, what do you think I should do on both sides to cancel off with this?
Yeah, but 20 over tan 20.
Right, so I would have to divide both sides by tan 20. I would have to divide both sides by tan 20. And if I do this, it's going to cancel off. And if I do something on one side, I also need to do it on the other side. Right, so xz is going to be 20 over tan 20. So if you plug this into your calculator, you'll get 54.95 centimeters. And that's it. So anytime we're doing trig ratios, we typically do cross multiplication. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, sir.
That's our problem. All right. So I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Adetola, I didn't get any working from you, so I'm not sure where you're at. You can tell me what's going on. I know your internet
So
get
I got you really because is it my phone died?
oh shocks. But yeah, so like
Yeah.
understand it then.
Yeah, I got what trigonometry.
Okay, nice. Nice. To call next. Simran. Simran, I feel like I had to call you more in class because I feel like I don't call you much. I just mainly call like Grigia and Triceus and Sky and the rest of them, but I feel like I need to call you more often because like I feel like it has some things like you feel it, you understand, but you might be a little sketchy about. Because like Simran, like today, like I see that you you didn't know that it would change if I change the angle, right? But now you know that. Simran, have anything you want me to clear up before you leave? Like tell me anything at all. Because like you need to get these kind of questions correct. Tell me.
No.
No? Okay. The hardest part for you in these type of questions is the algebra.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just give you some advice before you go, right? Um, in this question, right, Simran, was the
Yeah.
unknown here? Was the unknown?
XZ.
Right, xc. So, are you comfortable with cross multiplication by chance?
Um, not really.
Not really.
No. I just prefer work it the long way because by step, I just get to understand it more easy and quick.
All right. Well, if you're doing this a long way, right? I want you to look at where xz is. Where's xz?
The denominator.
So we need to get it. We need to get rid of it from the denominator. So to do that, I could multiply both sides by. I think I can multiply by to get rid of xz from a denominator.
XZ.
Yes, if I do that, isn't it going to cancel off?
Yeah.
And I would end up with xz tan 20. From there, you would just divide both sides by tan 20 and you get your answer. Hence.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So that's it. So that's one way you could do it. Let me just include the alternative solution. Right? So another way to do this question, it would have said tan 20 you would say tan 20 degrees, right? And that would be equal to 20 over xz. Now, if you're trying to find for xz, it should not be in the denominator. So you'll multiply both sides by xc. Now, if you do that, you're going to end up with xz by tan 20 degrees. And in the right-hand side, the xz is going to cancel off with the xc that you multiplied it by. So in doing that, you got rid of it from the denominator, which is great. So we have xc tan 20 is equal to 20. So we have xc tan 20 degrees is equal to 20. So the next step is just to divide both sides by tan 20. So the tan 20 would cancel off to leave you with xc. And that's pretty much about it. And I get your answer one time. Right, so Simran, you much prefer this other method.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem. If you understand something, stick with it and just keep going. Right, 54.95 centimeters for 2 decimal places. All right, so let me just give all you, I'm gonna give all you 4 questions for homework. And all you, like guys, all you need to do it. So Simran, especially all you that now in school, all you really don't have an excuse. Like, sure, if you're working, but still, if you're now in school, chances are you probably need to pass this to do what you want to do. So practice for your own sake, right? All right. So, and as always, if you're doing a question and you're having trouble with it, send it to me. If I have time, I will help you. I will make some time to help you. Like big up Perseus, just be practicing and sending me questions and trying, right? Ria, to send me questions once in a while, but like the rest of you guys are a little slacking. Come on. Right, Simran, you gotta be grinding that maths. You gotta make CXC cry. You gotta mash up CXC. Right, find the length of XZ. Key. And I could say that this is 5 centimeters. Key. Question 3. Last one. Right. Yeah, so that's your homework. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna send this one time, right? Okay, before I leave, Sky, I see you ask my question. Do we always have to put it to two decimal places? Sky, if they don't specify, always write your answers to two decimal places. If they don't specify, sometimes in the question they will say they wanted the three significant figures, one decimal place. If that is the case, do it as the question requests. But if they don't specify, like I said, two decimal places. Right? But later, guys, hopefully have a good night. Bye
You
bye.
too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Just